There's a whole lot of things that we think are important until we get sick. And then when we get sick, we realize all the stuff we thought was important wasn't all that important.
You just want to be healthy.
Yeah, that's the only thing, the one thing that's important. So
Hey, Segovia, back with another video. Hope everyone out there is having a good day, y'all. Happy Friday. We made it. It's Friday, y'all. Hope you guys are having a good evening out there. Let me know what you guys are sipping on. Right now, it's early morning, so I'm sipping on a Waterloo watermelon sparkling. But later on tonight, I got me a couple Michelob Zeros in the refrigerator for my Friday night, y'all. Let me know what you guys are up to on your Friday night and your weekend, y'all. But we ain't gonna talk too much. We got a good one coming up today. It's Friday. Let's have some fun. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
So the NFL is gay now. Yeah, we're warding them off of our children. Now they're going directly to the men. Have you seen the new NFL commercials? The whole sign, the NFL logo, is a rainbow now. The commercials start off by saying the NFL is gay, it's lesbian, it's queer, and it goes on and on and on to all the other, I don't know, demographics of the rainbow community. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying, the more we try to say we don't want this, this is not what the world wants. This is not what men want. This is not what the United States and the rest of the world want. It's the more these people with all the money and power keep shoving it down our throats. No diddy on that, by the way. I mean, who am I to think the NFL was untouchable from the rainbow effect? I mean, they brought this to the military, the most masculine area. Men that were born and bred and created to dominate the battlefield. They brought that to the military, and I thought a fucking sport was safe. Nowhere is safe, bro. So yeah, y'all can keep that though. Yeah.
Like sports used to be something. Yeah, I know a lot of my audience out there, they don't support sports, but sports used to be something to get away, y'all. Get away from the stresses at work, get away from the politics on TV, get away for that for a couple hours, y'all. Watch your favorite team play. But now, like, this formula they're following, like, look at the Bud Light, look at the Target. I mean, look at everything else they tried to do this thing with. It didn't work out, right? I'm in Texas now. I'm an Arizona Cardinal fan. They don't show Arizona Cardinal games out here. So what do I got to do? I got to pay for the NFL ticket if I want to watch the Cardinal games. Yeah, people say you can stream it live. I don't know. Put the link down below so I know. I don't know. I'm not up on that. But things like this is just making me not want to pay that big amount of money to watch my football team play, y'all. Sports is something to get away from all that. And unfortunately, it's infiltrating everything.
About Pride Month, and all these sports teams are posting their Pride Month stuff, and you see the list of teams that didn't. With one of them in the NFL report that came out, Rob, if you can tell me what page that's on. I know we have it somewhere here. I looked at it. Oh, here you go. You got it. So new list exposes 12 NFL teams for refusing to post message supporting Pride Month on social media. Can you imagine? Like, now they're watching to see, they better post it. You better post it, or we're writing an article about you, and we're going to try to humiliate you and making sure everybody knows how you guys don't get in line. And these teams are like, yeah, we don't really give a shit. So June, that's LGBTQ Pride Month. The celebrated 12 NFL teams have faced backlash for not posting messages. In stark contrast, when 9 teams stayed silent, the current list includes Jets, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Colts, Titans, Chiefs, Raiders, Cowboys, Seahawks,
AFC.
Saints.
You know the former NBA player Dwyane Wade?
Correct. Oh, he's messed up.
Yeah, messed up. His son, Zion, is now called Zaya. Okay, this is how these black folk do, not just black people, but people within the system. To go to the next level, you have to sacrifice something. This goes back thousands of years during the time of the pharaohs. With Kobe Bryant, he was snuffed out because he was going to expose the entire pharmaceutical industrial complex, beginning with the NSA Therapeutic Corporation, Acorn, and high-tech pharmaceuticals, which are owned, not Acorn because they're defunct now, which are owned by the Novartis AG group out of Basel, Switzerland, who is heavily involved in the design of COVID-19, okay? And so when you look at the Novartis AG group, who does the drug testing for the NBA, and Kobe was set to receive 2 checks for $1 billion each. Why? President Xi Jinping wanted Kobe Bryant to create a rival league that will rival the NBA. Adam Silver didn't want that. Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia, right, that's it. Good friend of Kobe Bryant, wanted to present Kobe with $1 billion check to create a rival NBA league against Adam Silver. Adam Silver didn't want that. Shortly before Kobe's death was the passing, okay, of the former commissioner of the NBA, David Stern, who was set to testify before Congress regarding the NBA's connection to organized crime and gambling. In order to be a part of the Boule, you have to be chosen. Even Kamala Harris is a Boule. Barack Obama, Eric Holder, any black person of any political or financial power are members of the Boule Secret Society. So LeBron James is a Prince Hall Mason, has that Boule tattoo on his chest. It's amazing, you know? And so, and I'm going to say this, when LeBron retires, his number would be called 2, okay? This is how the deep state, he thinks that he's just going to retire, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And so that tattoo is tattooed on LeBron's chest.
Here's 7 strange facts about the Las Vegas UFO incident that happened in 2024. Alright, number 1, a police officer's body cam footage actually picked up something falling out of the sky that had a greenish color to it. So here's that footage. That's pretty crazy looking. And it's not just him, a few other officers report seeing it as well, and hundreds of people across 3 or 4 states report it. Then a few minutes after this happens, a 911 call comes in from a frantic family saying that there's aliens in their backyard.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
So I can't find the full 911 call anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but here's a bit of the transcript. So everything we just heard, then they say, okay, where is this on your property? In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified. So there's 2 people and there's 2 subjects that are in your backyard, correct? And they're very large. They're like 8 or 9 feet, 10 feet, I don't know. They look like aliens to us, big eyes. They have big eyes, like, I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes and they're not human. They're 100% not human. Dispatcher, okay. Like, what are the chances of all of that lining up? Like, them potentially seeing it, running inside and making up this whole story within like a minute, basically. Like, they sounded legitly scared. And then there's the footage from their cell phone, and I actually circled the area where I think I see the alien, and I'll zoom in a second. It takes a minute for you to really see, and it makes sense about the shadowy figures from the Miami incident where they said that they were kind of translucent, because it almost is a bit translucent. That's why it took me so long to like see it. So this is a still shot that I grabbed and then zoomed in, and that's the face right here. Like, there's an eyeball right there, another one right there, and when it blinks in the video you could kind of tell, and that's the shoulders, but it kind of is like translucent almost in the video and blending in with the tractor behind it. So this is zoomed out and you can see it right there, just how tall that is, if that is what we are seeing. I feel like he's like, I'm gonna be brave, basically. Oh, hell no. Nope. We out.
They always got the crappiest cameras when these things happen. I don't see nothing.
What else is crazy is professionals actually analyzed this video to make sure it wasn't like CGI or anything like that, and they said this is authentic. Afterwards, the Las Vegas police actually put cameras on their property and probably a few other agencies as well, and the family reported seeing black vehicles kind of patrolling the area for the next couple weeks. They also took some photos of the backyard with a drone and noticed that there was a circle formation right here, but skeptics argue that that could be seen on Google Earth like a year earlier. There hasn't been any major updates since then, so I don't really know what's going on with it, but let me know in the comments if you see the same thing I'm seeing with this video and what you think it is.
Y'all, read this right now. Read it right now. This is urgent. He literally just posted this on his Twitter. I took the screenshot right from his own Twitter. And this comes after him and the other guy have been fighting all freaking day, if you had not seen it. And oddly enough, the tension has been completely insane ever since this right here. In the night before this happened, he literally posted an AI image of people with horns, like bull people. I wonder where the bull comes from. Antelope, whatever, close enough. The ancient Hebrews know exactly what that is. And then you can read this right here, which happened right before he said the things that he said. TikTok, I didn't say it. I'm just showing you what he said. He's a political figure, is he not? Isn't that what y'all say? And y'all can read this if you want. Wow, this is very, very interesting. Here comes the crazy part. If that's true, why did you push him so hard? Why were y'all such great friends? The screenplay is getting really good.
I mean, you always see that with people that have a falling out, like, yeah, well, you were always this, you were always that, you were this, you were that. Like, but you were chilling with me and you knew all this. Like, that's why I stay solo, y'all. That's why I stay solo, because of things like that. It comes out, and when you guys share these, close moments together, and when it has a falling out, all those close moments come out. You know what I mean? But what do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? Was he just talking out of his butt, out of the Epstein? People always say I bash Trump and I hate Trump. Like, I try to be the truth, y'all. I don't care if you're Biden. I don't care if you're Trump. If you're doing something I agree with, I'm gonna rock with it. If you're doing something I don't agree with, whether you're so and so, I'm gonna call it out, y'all. But I never liked Elon. I never liked him. You guys can go back and look at my videos when this was all first going down, when he joined groups with them. I never liked the guy. I think he's a snake. I think he doesn't have our best interests at heart. But what do you guys think of that? It's on the thumbnail. I'm sure I'm going to get some people that are going to say I'm unsubscribing because of that. But the files never came out. We saw those people walk out showing the binders that I can make I can print that out and make that myself. But I mean, it's questions we got to ask. It's questions we got to ask, whether you like them or not. It's questions we got to ask, y'all. But as much as I don't like Elon, I'm thinking of buying some Tesla stocks because they're on sale right now, y'all. Money talks, motherfucker.
Saying that Elon has gone crazy and is threatening to cut SpaceX and Tesla's contracts with the government. With an Elon tweeting, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." Or to first, Trump tweeted, "The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts." Elon replying, "This just gets better and better. Go ahead and make my day," while then retweeting that this would destroy the International Space Station. This would also cut off parts of the US military's communications and take down almost all of Ukraine's communications. Trump then also said that Elon was wearing thin and that he asked him to leave, with Elon saying this is an obvious lie, so sad. Elon then also appears to be threatening to start his own political party, and he issued a threat to Republicans saying, "Some food for thought for Republicans. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years." With Elon also repeating that he's the reason Trump won again. Elon's now saying, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. And Elon even co-signed a tweet that called for Trump to be impeached with yes. But hey, follow to stay in the loop.
You know what's annoying though, y'all? These are grown men in their 60s. I don't know how old they are. What was Trump? 70? Elon's 50, 60? I don't know, y'all. They're doing this over online, knowing, for one, it's going to distract us, right? For one, it's going to distract the heck out of us. I mean, it did. It's all over the internet, everything. And for two, they know people are going to lose money because of this. Because when these guys speak, they influence the stock markets, right? People are going to lose money. Like, why couldn't they have this conversation behind closed doors like grown men? You know what I mean? Like, We're just going to part ways. We ain't going to talk about it. You go your way, I'll go my way. We see each other in public, whatever, right? But instead, they got to be like little kids and tweet back and forth and have the internet going crazy, have the stock market going crazy. For what? It's for something deeper, y'all. They're still, but I think they're still buddies behind closed doors. They're just doing this for something. I don't know what. Time will tell. But what they say has a lot of influence on people. It has a lot of division. A lot of division's probably going on right now because of that. With people that don't think outside the box. They're inside the box, right? So I don't know, y'all. I don't think it's cool because it's affecting a lot of people. And they're grown men acting like little kids, y'all. This is the guy that runs our country, the world pretty much. And a dude that's so-called the smartest man to ever walk the planet Earth. Acting like little high school, middle school kids.
This feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk just took a turn that a bell has been rung that cannot be unrung. Breaking news, Elon Musk just tweeted, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump." And this is shocking to no one who bothered to learn the littlest amount about Jeffrey Epstein in that case. It's not just the flight logs, which Trump was all over. It's the times that he spent at his homes, at his places. There was a woman who sued Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, claiming when she was 13, they took turns on her over a weekend. And that deposition is horrific, and MAGA doesn't care. Oh, well, she dropped that. No, she withdrew it and disappeared, and no one's seen her since. That's what happened there. But this is the risk when you have a power-hungry billionaire and you need him for his money, and then your own ego gets in the way, so you cast him out. But he's seen where the bodies are buried, and he's got nothing really to lose, so he's just going to run his mouth. This is just in a little banter back and forth. What else will Elon Musk drop? Did he keep any of the stuff? Is he going to share any of it? Everybody pop some popcorn real quick.
The writer of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, to your beautiful listeners, if they can type in on Google Images, tattoo of J.K. Rowling, she's got that coagulation symbol, okay? E.T. coagulation or E.T. coagula. And the term coagula means to dissolve. So J.K. Rowling has that tattoo on one of her arms, and which is a symbol for Baphomet on both of his arms. Okay, solve E.T. coagula.
These little papers control human happiness. Let's see what happens.
You're telling me humans base happiness on colored coupons?
Absolutely. They call it money and literally trade their whole existence just to stack it up.
Crazy when you take a step back and look at it.
Exactly. They worship them so much, they even invent ways to waste them, like buying ripped jeans or water that tastes slightly like fruit.
And losing these coupons makes them sad?
Sad? They straight up spiral. Lose one coupon and they're questioning life itself, lying awake at night, Googling crypto.
So more coupons mean more happiness?
You'd think. But no, they always want more. Get coupons, spend coupons, cry about coupons, repeat forever.
And they willingly keep doing this.
Oh, proudly. They call it hustling and brag about burnout on TikTok.
Humans are something else.
Wait until you learn about marriage.
On June 5th, CERN is firing up the biggest machine on Earth, not to build anything, to mess with particle, frequency, and maybe even space-time. They say it's just machine developed, but let's be real. Every time CERN powers up, weird shit follows. Energy shifts, Mandela effect, dream download, timeline glitch. Is that a coincidence? Or they're tapping into something they're not telling us? Pay attention to how you feel the next few days. Emotional spikes, vivid dream, repeating number, that heavy energy. This isn't just science.
I've been having crazy dreams lately.
And we're all part of it, whether we know it or not.
This is getting bad. What you see right here was a post that Mr. T made, then deleted right after. And then he was called out on it and then put it back up, both with different timestamps. If y'all don't understand the different timestamps, let me lay it out for you. It was deleted, but he owns the platform, so he has software engineers that are able to reinstall it, but they messed up on the coding. Pretty suspect to say the least. And then coincidentally at the same time, this guy came out and said, we are no longer going to negotiate with these really bad people, talking about the yellow and blue. Of course, this comes after the crazy attack in the Moscow region and also the attack on the Crimean Bridge. Let's take a look at the post real quick, then we'll come back to this. So this right here is where he deleted the post after being called out like crazy on Twitter. Now in this post, he evidently told Russia's next move against their enemy. Also talked about Iran quite a bit.
It's Iran.
Be quiet. So he took it down, then put it back up, and at a different time on both the posts. Now all eyes are on him, as he said they are no longer negotiating, and there's definitely repercussions coming very soon, and we're going to see it.
Why do you always fearmonger?
Look, if you're scared, just say that. Me and no one else I know, anyone who's covering this stuff, has any fear of any of this stuff. I like to be aware of what's going on, but if you're scared, then find Jesus. Again, Jesus said you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot tell the signs of the times that we're in right now. They're trying to ignore just how bad it is. For instance, the doomsday fish. 100 years ago, you would never ever see a doomsday fish. It was once in a lifetime, if you even did. That's why they're called the doomsday fish, because they always meant impending doom, and it always turned out to bring doom. And not just this one doomsday fish that popped up yesterday, but it was also the fact there was a giant void on the radar when it happened. But look, I digress. We'll get into all that end time stuff, these weird weather phenomenons, and everything happening in the next video. Because
it's almost like the powers that be that are funding this war, right? It's like the powers that be that are funding it, that control it, right? No peace talks. We're giving you this. If we give you this, you do what we say, right? One guy's over there, we're trying to do peace talks. Let's get this done, right? We did, we came, we saw, we conquered. We did what we wanted. Let's have some peace talks. Let's end it, right? The powers that be that fund it, no, before we start having those, because right when we started having those, Pearl Harbor happened, right? Peace talks are done now. Now it's on. I don't know, y'all. It's just, it's too obvious, right? Is it too obvious, or is that just the power of the internet? Like, they've been doing this forever, but before we didn't have internet. We weren't sitting here on TikTok. We were outside playing. We were, going to work, coming home, watching the news where this wasn't even on the news, this stuff happening. But now it's just everywhere. So it's so obvious now, but they've been getting away with this for hundreds and hundreds of years. But now we, the people, see it, right? It's not the powers that be showing us, it's the people filming it and showing us. So it's like the powers that be don't want this to be over, y'all. Just like our 20-year war, where we could have had Osama in the first 10 days of the war. There were no weapons of destruction in Iraq, but that war still went on for 20 years. It's like this is the next one that they don't want to be over, because a lot of people make a lot of money with these wars.
Very bad. This just happened. And not only did I have that dream 3 years ago that I told you all about, I also
this
got a
freaking
word
dream he
this morning,
keeps talking
and it's
about.
insane. See y'all later.
How much you paying child support? Yeah, I don't pay nothing in child support. Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm still
on
a
different
good
states.
dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day, you take them to the doctor's offices, you take them to practice.
I mess with women that got themselves together.
Okay.
And
like a true toxic man.
But
you know what it takes physically? I would rather
Yes.
today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
T
And
to
it's
the
hard.
motherfucking K.
But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
How often could you have possibly been
That's
there?
true. But so
Were you paying child support
So
then?
what's it? I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Like, why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so
But you talk so fast, you don't let people get.
This is a good debate, y'all, because child support, I don't know. I don't pay child support, whatever. I've never been down that road, right? I just had my first child, but I believe child support is something you sign in court. That's what he's trying to say. Like, I don't pay child support. I didn't go to court. I deal with women. that got a good head on their shoulders, right? We came to an agreement. I pay and help my kid, but I don't got to go down and sign it legally because I'm not a bum, right? I do it out of my, being the dad, and I do it because I want to, not because I have to. You know what I mean? That's where he's getting at with it. And she's not hearing that because she's thinking, you don't pay anything, right?
What's up?
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay child support.
You put people on the.
Okay, so
no,
all these
when I say I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my parents.
Child support,
Let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure. When I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of you.
Can you explain to me what it looks like for you to have to take care of
the school,
kids?
clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what about they live in the house with their mom 24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
When they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old right now. So you still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
amazing.
now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean? What it looks like
for the 16-year-old right now? What does that look like? How do you take care of him?
It's a boy, visit. Right? We hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah, he goes to school. Yeah, I don't take him to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you don't.
I don't see.
So she has to ask you for it.
See, here's the thing: the structure that most women, and this is how you're thinking. You're thinking, I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way, and when they need something, because if you got your stuff together,
so how about you get your stuff together?
Some women will say, "Baby, I need this," and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby daddy.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again. With the energy and your toxic energy,
I don't know.
And the way. Let me finish. And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm giving you my point. When you do,
but I can tell you this: if you're sucked into that alcohol lifestyle of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
I was there for a long time.
Like a lot of people are, bro. You're gonna have a really hard time getting ahead, and you're gonna feel fucking anxious most of the week, most of the time. And I think for those of you that suffer with depression and anxiety and things like that, getting alcohol out of your life is a big fucking.
A lot of things changed with that too, y'all. I said yesterday's video that when I stopped listening to what I listen to, watching what I watch, a lot of that happened when I quit alcohol. Because like I notice now it went from the alcohol to the eating. That's my new addiction. Now it's the eating, the BS, right? Before it was alcohol and a new addiction took over. So I notice now that I can think clearly, more clearly, not as clear, right? Eating that still fogs my brain, but I realize when I'm eating bad, I go watch nonsense. I go watch drama on YouTube. I don't watch workout videos. I don't watch tool videos. I don't watch people pressure washing their driveway videos. I don't watch, I watch drama. I watch negative when I eat bad. But when I'm eating clean, I'm watching all these positive things. So depression, anxiety, any other kind of mental illnesses, that alcohol does not help, right? It masks it for the moment, but then the next 3 days, you're dealing with it tenfold. And then guess what? Here comes Thursday, here comes Friday, here comes Saturday. Coming up in later on in the video, we got some things on the ketogenic diet, carnivore diet, testimonies from people saying how their mental illness is going in remission, how doctors are treating patients now that are depressed, anxiety, whatever, with the ketogenic diet. So stick around for that.
LeBron retires. His number would be called 2. Okay, this is how the deep state, he thinks that he's just going to retire, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And so that tattoo is tattooed on LeBron's chest.
So they're coming out and they're saying again that Jesus' body has been found inside of a pyramid in Egypt. I don't know if last time they made this headline, it didn't get that much attention, so they had to come and do it again 3 months later. But y'all already said this, and we already proved this is false. Why? Because Jesus ascended to the Father, and his body is nowhere to be found on earth. Nowhere. They're trying so hard to disprove the divinity and the Godhead of Jesus Christ that they are still saying that his body is found in the inner chambers, might I add, inside of a pyramid in Egypt. Isn't it interesting that in the King James Version of the Bible, it specifically says, this is Jesus talking in Matthew 24. It says, where therefore, if they shall say to you, behold, he is in the desert, do not go forth. Where is the pyramids in Egypt? In the desert. Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Jesus says, believe it not. Chambers. And what are they saying? They're saying that he's in the secret chambers. He's in the chambers of the pyramids. Isn't it interesting that Jesus said, hey, I think people will probably believe this if I don't respond to it 2,000 years before it happens. So 2,000 years before they're saying where he's found, he's telling you, they're going to say I'm in the desert. That's where the pyramids are. And they're going to say I'm inside of the inner chambers of these pyramids in the desert. I am not there. He's telling us they're going to say this, and they came and are saying this. The enemy would have knew this if he read his Bible. But clearly the enemy didn't read his Bible. Jesus is risen. He has ascended to the Father, and he's at the right hand of God as we speak right now. Do not believe it when people say he is there, and he is... No. But one thing I will tell you, that is a guarantee, he is coming back. And he's going to come...
Finding something very interesting. Somebody left French fries here. They've been out here for over a day. I was thinking the birds would eat them. The birds won't touch them. Not even the seagulls. And over here, this is even more curious. These are blackberries. They didn't touch them either.
No ants.
So it doesn't matter if we eat processed food that the birds don't eat, or even stuff that looks like it grows off of a plant. It makes me wonder, what are they putting in the food that makes it so that even seagulls won't clean up the mess after we leave it? I just find that really curious.
I don't know, y'all. I know if I go to the beach and I leave a damn sandwich or some chips and I go walk away, that damn thing's gone. Them seagulls are eating it. I know when I'm outside eating outside at a restaurant or something, I throw that bird a french fry. He's going to eat it, right? You guys have all done it. I go to the pond, give the ducks some dollar bread. They're going to eat it. You know what I mean? So I don't know how accurate these videos are. I see people at Walmart all the time. There's people that drive around and just feed the pigeons, right? I used to work for Sparks. So I'd be sitting in the parking lot. People that go feed cats, loose cats. People go there and just feed the pigeons at Walmart parking lot. Y'all, people do that, right? Older people that, that's their thing in the morning. They like to go, they throw chips, they throw junk out. Those birds are eating, y'all. There's a flock of them. So I don't know how accurate those videos are. But check this out, y'all. This is happening. They're getting people outside the immigration court that are coming out from their case. So people are scared to show up now. People are running. What do you guys think of that, y'all?
Let's talk about Satanic rituals. I have to say it that way, but if you get it, you get it. I've made videos about this in my past so many times, but it has gotten my accounts banned so many times too. So clearly they don't want you to know this, although all these platforms are also showing half-naked people. So let's talk about energy first. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. We know that. So where does energy go when a person, Well, this is where the Satanic people come in. They feed your energy to their gods. Now their gods are actually just fallen angels or demonic entities that have somehow brainwashed these Satanic cult members that what they're doing is righteous, even though it's not. So what you will have usually is they like to target and use virgin women and children. This is because they believe, and albeit alchemically it is true, children and virgin women have the purest energy. And when they do this ritual, They make sure that the children and women are experiencing the most torture, the most pain they've ever experienced in their entire lives. And it is absolutely sickening because it releases a lot of adrenaline. Now, if you are a part of the 2020 or 2019 spiritual awakening, you have heard of adrenochromatic. Again, I have to say it that way. It is a naturally released substance when a person is in an extreme heightened state of fear or adrenaline rush, that to these satanic cults, if they ingest it, it is like the purest kind of energy drink they've ever had. They get addicted to this. And the thing is, the gods / the demons they serve also love this stuff. You've heard of like the lizards, you know, the lizards that inhabit human vessels. I can't say the word out loud. These lizard gods love humans. We are delicious to them. And if they can get their grubby hands on you, they will make sure you are the most delicious meal they've ever had. There are two main reasons why they do these horrific things. Like I said before, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So they're feeding the energy to something. That something can be themselves, or that something can be their gods. The second thing is they're transmuting the energy for manifestation. When you release all this energy into the ethers, especially energy with such high potency, they have an alchemical way to capture the energy, to harness it for themselves, to transmute it for their own manifestations. This is why you see tons of evil people just get really good things in life, and you're wondering, where did that energy come from? It came from that. Now, I'm not saying all of the super privileged in life do this kind of stuff. That's not true. But I am going to say the 1% do. And why do you think so many people go missing every single year for no reason? Nowhere to be found. It's like they disappeared off into space. Did they really? Did we also forget that there's such a thing as underground tunnels or hidden entryways? Just something to think about. But if you're curious as to why these fallen angelics are so obsessed with the human essence, why do they hate humanity so much, why do they trap us into this matrix, my book, Made in God's Image, link in bio, talks about everything you need to know, because once again, I was banned from all platforms like 2 to 3 times now, so I'm not going to risk it.
There's a whole lot of things that we think are important until we get sick. And then when we get sick, we realize all the stuff we thought was important wasn't all that important.
You just want to be healthy.
Yeah, that's the only thing, the one thing that's important. So there's a verse in the Quran that says, talking about when judgment starts coming, it says that the wealthy and the rich man, no matter how much wealth he had, he said he would be willing to ransom all that he owned and all that he possessed just to get a few more days.
Just a few more days.
A few more days of just to live a few more days.
Wow.
So that's how, so, you know, in this world, they always say health is wealth. That's a lie. Health is way more than wealth. Wealth is something you can lose and get back. But health and time is something that when it's gone, it's very challenging to get it back. You don't get time back. You can recover and redeem health, but it's very challenging. So health is much more than wealth. Health is bigger than wealth. Best of health and spirit. So remember that whenever we are young, that is whenever we are really forming ourselves and developing our systems. As we get older, our systems began to just repeat themselves and reinforce whatever we established. So we should do it right as early as possible. What did God say? Train up a child in the way they should go. In other words, whatever you want to see your future look like, whatever you want your son and daughter's future to look like, how do you want them to eat? How do you want them to think? What kind of husband and father do you want your son to be? What kind of mother and daughter do you want your daughter, mother and a wife, do you want your daughter to be? Don't wait till they get grown and start teaching them. Don't tell them that you can eat all the candy you want right now and all the junk food.
How about that? It's in the
That's
name.
real.
Think about junk food. What is junk?
It's trash.
Junk is trash. It is waste. It is something damaged that is no good anymore. Why would we want to put junk food into our bodies?
Yeah, that was all real, y'all, because I deal with addictions, especially with this food that I was eating as a kid, y'all. As a kid, we used to have a cabinet full of chips, right? As a kid, Sunday, grocery day, By Thursday, those chips are all gone. Who do you think ate those chips? The majority of them. Me. Right? So I still deal. Those are things that I see that I don't think everyone notices it, but I notice these things. I notice that I don't want my son to have these bad habits that I have, right? A lot of good habits too, right? A lot of good habits I got now, mentally and, the things I think now, I was taught this at a young age, right? But I also have some bad habits, and I'm sure I'm going to show my son some bad habits, that he's going to carry on. But the goal is to try to teach him, teach him young these things. That way, when he's older. But I felt that a lot, y'all, especially with the food thing, because boy, I used to eat bad as a kid, and it really affects the brain. And we're going to see coming up my mental illness could be because of the way I was eating at a young age into my adulthood. So
I've talked to an associate of mine who's actually currently in the Philippines, and this person is saying that the weather there is so hot to the point that it's unbearable. They can't find a cool spot within a home. Fans is not working properly, blowing out hot air. Guys, there's a possibility with all these solar flares that it's gonna hit about 120 to 140 this summer. Yes, this summer I'm saying. 2025, if you say the temperatures is gonna rise up to the 120, 140 ballpark.
What is in the meat with some meat in it? Add 1 ml of water. Going to sonicate the mixture. Fatty layer going to the top. So let's spin this out. Spin this guy out. Analyze the murky layer in the middle. All right, so there's the layer separated. And it's into the small molecules on the big boy, the Zebo, Q-top. Looks like this. Quick preview. How we're doing things. No exclusion list. Ramp on the collision energy. But look at the gradient. The MZ mine, and it looks like this. And then you can molecules identified. We have carnosine, we have theobromine, we have carnitine. Looks like a putrescine. The meat.
So from the Rothschilds to the Lee family are protected by the 9 Black Greek secret societies of Black fraternities and Black sororities. Well, in the 1969 book, The History of Sigma Pi Phi, Alpha Phi Alpha protects the Rothschilds. Kappa Alpha Psi protects the Oppenheimers. Omega Psi Phi protects the Warburgs. Phi Beta Sigma protects the Rockefellers. Iota Phi Theta protects the Astor family. Alpha Kappa Alpha protects the Bilderbergs. Delta Sigma Theta protects the Habsburg family that exists to this day. Zeta Phi Beta, another Boule secret society, protects the Sassoons. And Sigma Gamma Rho, RHO, protects the Lee family. Wait a minute now. So you have 9 Black Greek letter secret societies. And you guys heard Kamala Harris when she was in Vegas during the campaign to my divine 9 sisters. What she's talking about, the Greek pan-Hellenic divine 9.
She said that?
She said that.
He didn't want you to know this. Federal agents just raided the home of the man who firebombed Jewish protesters in Boulder, Colorado. And what they found is sending Democrats into full-blown damage control. Molotov cocktails, a flamethrower, but what they also found wasn't a weapon, but it may be the worst thing of all. Please like, comment, and share Explain America, because we're really trying to get the word out on common sense journalism. Here's what they're hiding. The attacker was 45-year-old foreign national Mohammed Solomon, an illegal alien who overstayed his visa. He launched a violent terrorist-style assault in broad daylight at a Jewish event with homemade bombs and a makeshift flamethrower. Now, he caused 8 innocent people to become victims, all while yelling "Free Palestine" and setting people on fire. Afterwards, the FBI searched Solomon's home and vehicle and found something else. USAID paperwork. That's right. He had documentation linking him to a U.S. federal agency, the same one Democrats love to fund as part of their global humanitarian agenda. And that's just the beginning. Solomon had 14 Molotov cocktails ready. He explicitly told police he wanted to kill all Zionist people. He wasn't mentally ill or randomly violent. He was targeting Jews on U.S. soil. But he was protected by Boulder's sanctuary city laws, which stopped ICE from deporting him years ago. Let's be clear. This attack could have been prevented in a sane country with normal enforcement of immigration law. But liberal sanctuary policies, or lawless policies, shielded Solomon from removal and left Americans vulnerable to a foreign terrorist in their own community. Meanwhile, MSNBC falsely described the suspect as a white male before all the facts were known. Look at this.
10 years from now, you will regret not taking this seriously. I hope you start today.
You got 24 hours in a day. 8 hours you sleep, right? And most people work a 9 to 5. So 8 hours you working. Okay, so we have 16 hours. We got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll be at night, this 19. You take your hour to get ready. So we have 20 hours. You guys cannot spend 4 hours going to about, oh, they lying. Oh, I like this photo. Oh, they faking. Sending photos to other people. Y'all got to get focused. I'm where I'm at because I'm focused. Tunnel vision. I'm focused on what I got to do.
Interview with Dwyane Wade, and I just don't understand why Dwyane Wade likes to talk about everything good about his son, except the elephant in the room.
Oh, didn't the son just turn 18 or something like that, right?
Do we got that video together, Abe?
I thought I saw that.
He about to turn up. You got that video, Abe? Okay, because I just won't. I'm gonna get flack for this, but you can't bring a nigga. You can't bring a man dressed like a woman in front of me and expect me not to say, "What the hell is this?" You can't do it. You're not gonna act like this is normal behavior. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask you, if your son got on lipstick, dress, wig, makeup, I'm gonna ask you. So, where do you think he got this from?
Man, I didn't even know you was talking about him. That's comedy.
Man, when you see this conversation, you're gonna be like, "What is this?" He has basically got some guys who are going to give this boy a pass for sitting up here. You know, this ain't a little bitty boy. This ain't a little bitty petite boy.
He grew?
What?
What is 6?
I thought they just said he turned 18.
18, it's about to get wild.
Hold on, dog. I'm gonna go into my thoughts about it anyway, because I know a lot of people. So if somebody said what I'm thinking about D Wade, because D Wade, all you gotta do is look at D Wade nails.
You got his nails painted?
You gotta see this, dog. D Wade dressing like this. He used to wear the capris with the motherfucker. Look, D Wade don't want the smoke like his son want the smoke. His son don't care. Right. I don't care. This is who I am. But D Wade wants to try and make it seem like this is something. He wants to make it seem like something's wrong with you for not just accepting this for what it is. Man. And we're going to talk about that. Let me ask you something. This video.
Him and Magic Son about to do a movie together.
What's it called?
Two on Food 2.
Two on Food 2. Hold on. Look at this, man. Look at this.
Wow.
Wait, hear him talk.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Timeout. Today we have a very special guest on the show. But before we get to our guest, let me introduce my co-host, Bob Metellus.
It's Bob.
Chris Johnson.
Coach's Corner.
And our guest today is Zaya Wade. What's up, Zaya?
Hey,
welcome to the Timeout. Can we get some Zaya Wade love in here? Can we get some love?
Right there.
Oh, thank you.
Zaya, you ever watched our show?
Yes. I watched the kind of premiere episode. And it was amazing. Since then, okay, but
enough. Cut it off.
Wait, does he have diamonds too?
D Wade is low key exploiting his son.
Man, Joe, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. We ain't finna get into this, dog, because I'm not finna let it ride. And everybody be talking about Corey foul. Corey ain't foul. Corey is the elder in the village, and I'm speaking up for the village. Can we get that nonsense off the screen? I just want people to hear it. Hold on, now check this out, man. If you step to me with a boy like this, and you expect me not to address the elephant in the room, I already know you're going to be mad at me. Because I'm going to say, hey, what the fuck wrong with your boy? You know you can't be around my boys. I don't want none of that toxic ass-up enemy behavior.
Toxic masculinity.
Ass-up enemy. That's what I call it. Toxic ass-up enemy behavior around my young boys. They should not have to feel the pressure of smiling it off with this man who found a way to tuck his nuts in a thong. My boys ain't got to go through that. Everybody wonder why motherfucking LeBron left Miami. There it is. That's why LeBron.
If the sun is in outer space, why is there light on Earth but not in space? Why do we say Christopher Columbus discovered America when there were already people in America when he got here? When the wind isn't blowing, where does it go? Why do we call apartments apartments when they're clearly not apart? Why do we say the fire alarm is going off when it's actually going on? Why is pizza round, cut into triangles, and placed in a square box? Why is there a D in fridge but not in refrigerator? If tomatoes are fruits, why don't we call ketchup smoothies? Why do we say taking a dump when you're actually giving a dump? Why are there always 8 hot dog buns and 10 hot dogs? If there's no oxygen in space, how is the moon landing flag moving? Why do we call driveways driveways when we're not driving on them, we're parked on them? And why do we call parkways parkways when we're not parking on them, we're driving on them? Why do we call car delivered shipments shipments when they're not on ships? And we call shipments on ships cargo ships when they're not on cars, they're in ships? Why do we call waiters waiters when we're the ones waiting on them? Who came first, the chicken or the egg? If the egg came first, who laid the egg? If olive oil is made out of olives, then what is baby oil made out of? Why don't they make bacon packaging resealable?
How music works is this. Music is ran by the devil, magic, and witchcraft. Music is used as a way to push an agenda, okay? So what happens is the devil's sole purpose is to get as many souls into hell, right? So what the devil needs is, the devil needs mouthpieces. The devil needs advocates. You know, say advocate, play devil's advocate, right? You need that. So yes. So when you have potential for leadership, when you have potential for influence, like I have a lot of potential for influence, right? So I'm somebody who's worthy to sell his soul. I'm somebody who's valuable for the devil. These people who have great influence, the devil wants that, like a scout, and that's what happens.
The game is bullshit, man. The game is fucking bullshit. If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know, saying what it's about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry. It's not a fucking game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry. Got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry. What you heard, because he's bluffing.
It's always those ones that die, right?
Just hate, but I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry like wait, but in the streets we like get them.
Vivendi owns the music business. Vivendi is a French company. If you look, don't look at the video, look in the video. You'll see the programming. If you go any video you watch, you just pause the video and you look in the video. You look the colors, the backdrop, sign, and pause it frame by frame. You see it. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. Me, I can say it because I believe in God. I didn't sell my soul. There's no skeleton in my closet. That's why they hate me. I can speak about it. You see? Because I said no. I said no to the devil. You heard? Because God is greater.
Music is over convoluted right now. It's too much. It's too many. Everybody want to be an artist. There's so many sectors in the entertainment business. The artist is the last to get paid. He's the brokest one out of everybody, but he's the most famous. So if you're in it for the fame and you want to stay broke, be the artist. But the day you see all the other sectors in the business that allows you to make real money, like the producer, like the songwriter, like the manager, like the agent, like the attorney, like it's so many areas in the entertainment field that you can really maximize. You got to be super lucky with the hands of God on your shoulder for you to win. It's actually the odds of you being an artist successfully famous in the top 100 is almost like winning the lottery. There's over 10 million songs being uploaded and released a day. 10 million. Out of these 10 million songs a day, not a month, not a year, a day. And out of those 10 million songs uploaded a day, there's only 10 spots. No, let me repeat it. 10 spots that matter on the Billboard charts.
Go run 3 miles right now, send me a video. I ain't playing with that, bro. Alright, bye. I love you. Fuck you.
What kind of relationship is that? It's like
it's like I had him when I was your age. 21. I had him when I was 21.
Oh, so he's like your boy.
Yeah, I raised him since he was 6 years old. He's my clone. I cloned him in Germany.
What? Germany?
Yeah, I can talk about it now. But
you cloned him?
Yeah.
How'd you clone him?
I can't talk about that part.
But tell me what happened. You actually cloned the kid?
Yeah. He's my clone.
You cloned him.
Yeah.
Where's the other version of him?
Right here, nigga.
They killed XXX because he made a YouTube video exposing the industry. I'll play that one for you too, where he was exposing frequency and how they tamper with the frequency of music to control your ass, to control the masses, which they do.
What's the point of music? Niggas don't know. It's not always to have fun. Sometimes it's to help people find themselves, because music is frequency programming. What frequency are you being fed? So I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? Kilohertz, megahertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, right, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that. These little niggas out here don't give a fuck enough to go into that science, bro. These little niggas ain't studying kilohertz, megahertz, and doing all this shit.
See, it's not that making music is bad. It's just the people that control the music industry are fucking witches, sorcerers,
Bless you, my love.
reptilian shapeshifters, Pleiadians, blood drinkers,
Please be good.
seeds of Zeus himself, fallen gods, walking amongst us as people. Why do you think they got that Netflix show out, American Gods? And you got fallen gods walking amongst you who are working against you. They told you about
The federal government spent over $66 billion on illegal immigrants in 2023. Does anyone here want to guess how much we've spent on homeless veterans in 23?
$2.
66 on illegals, $3 billion on people who have laid down their lives for this country. Can anyone explain up there why that makes sense? How many illegal immigrants are given taxpayer-funded housing compared to the number of homeless veterans that are sleeping on the street? You don't know because you don't want to know. You don't want to see the numbers. The American people do. We care about our homeless veterans. We care about our veterans. And yes, we care about them a little bit more than we care about people who have broken the law to get here illegally. The White House has requested $13 million for the National Call Center for homeless veterans. Maybe we could find that out of that 66 billion, right, different between million and billion, big difference, we could funnel some more of that 66 billion to our homeless veterans. Anyone opposed to that? Why aren't we doing it? I'll tell you why we're not doing it, because the Biden administration does not want to do it.
This summer, I truly believe that the earth is gonna go through it, y'all. Like, for real, for real. Did y'all see what happened to China, y'all? They just experienced a severe mudslide. It seems that as of late, we have been receiving so much rainfall all over the planet, y'all. And this liquid just happened in China. Now you have whole cities just flooded because there's so much water pressure. And because Mother Nature has said enough of doing those live mukbangs with them animals, now whole houses are collapsing just like paper mache. Let's be honest, y'all. I think nature has been mad at China for quite some time now. The way that they be treating them animals on the mukbangs and, you know, on the YouTube channel, it's crazy because look at, oh my goodness. To me, it seems like the planet is purging something serious, y'all, and we just entered summer solstice. It's gonna intensify, cause look at this, y'all. Like, wow, Mother Nature is not playing around. Mother Nature is not playing around. Earth is definitely speaking loud and clear, y'all. Y'all feel it? Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Some you don't see every day walking down the street. Almost done, baby.
what's your suggestion? That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, the pork chop eater, don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you going to tell me now? I done gave you my solution, some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English and ruled and slaved forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, you all just, some white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all are so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society, where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the lecture plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrating in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country?
Well, you've got your own freedom here. For instance, I know you're luckier than many black people in America, but you're your own boss.
I'm speaking for my nation.
I know, I appreciate that.
If I was representing just me, I wouldn't be talking like this, because I got it made. I'm talking for my brothers who's out there.
But I just don't see how, Mohammed, I don't see how you can slice up America into bits and get all the whites in one area and all the blacks in another.
Then we leave then. We leave.
But they'd miss you.
I know it.
And some people still had a problem with you saying preachers or ministers shouldn't get paid for their services.
Well, the mistake that they make is they think tithing is payment, like a job, like you're working 8 hours a day, which it isn't. Because tithing in the book of scriptures wasn't just as far as monies, but it was land, it was cattle, it was livestock, it was whatever you grew. And a tenth of that was given to the Leviticus priesthood. The way the preachers are doing it now, they taking all the money from the church and utilizing it to their benefit. And they can have members in the church who's in need. They won't lift a finger to help them whatsoever. So you can have members that's may lost their job, need help. The preachers won't help them. Losing their house, preacher won't help them. Any form of need down to the children.
That's the benevolent fund they're supposed to have, right?
You're supposed to be willing to help, period.
Okay.
This is what the tithe is for. In the book of Malachi, it talks about bring all your tithes into the storehouse. The preacher's house is not the storehouse. The preacher have made his house into the storehouse. So the tithe is for the needs of the peoples when they are lacking the necessities in life, like so many are now.
I never thought I would say this, but I am putting my mental illness into remission. I live with schizoaffective disorder, which is a combination of schizophrenia and a major mood disorder. For me, it's bipolar disorder. And over the last 3 months, I've been using the ketogenic diet as well as other metabolic therapies as a means of treating and managing my schizoaffective disorder. 3 months in, and I am a little bit astonished to report that I am no longer experiencing hallucinations, delusional thinking, paranoia, and also the negative symptoms such as reduced motivation, reduced energy, difficulty completing tasks, difficulty concentrating, are not really present anymore. I'm finding that I'm able to engage in things that I couldn't for the longest time. I'm reading books for pleasure again. I have the concentration to do that. I have far more capacity to show up in my life with my partner, friends, my kids. I feel like I'm able to give them much more of myself than I was prior to the last 3 months. Now, I am still taking antipsychotic medication, but I'm on the lowest dose that I ever have been. And previous to this use of the keto diet and metabolic therapies, I would still experience breakthrough symptoms even while on the highest dose of medication.
8 o'clock, stop eating. 11 o'clock, go to bed. 3 hours. 11 to 7, 8 hours. 3 plus 8 is equal to 11 hours. I got 11 hours of fasting in. Now I get up and I don't eat for another hour. Boom, 12 hours of fasting. Just like that. Okay. Now, if you really want to do that 16-hour fasting, 16-8, just skip breakfast and get to lunch. And as long as you don't overeat at lunch, which does require a little discipline after you go for your fasting window, that you don't overeat and you're eating the right foods, that's how you actually get to do intermittent fasting in the most natural way possible.
Dr. Chris Palmer from Harvard. He's a professor of psychiatry at Harvard. Very interesting guy, but he is reversing schizophrenia, depression, OCD, bipolar, ADHD, and autism by putting people on a ketogenic diet. He found that these psychiatric diseases were actually metabolic diseases. And so you fix the metabolism, you fix the mitochondria with diet and other sorts of interventions, that this can cure schizophrenia, OCD, bipolar, major depression, anxiety, ADHD, and autism if you catch it in time. Adults with autism can be significantly improved in their symptoms and the functioning of their brain and body. But in kids, it's even more dramatic. You can actually reverse the damage.
Like, it's crazy, y'all. Like, it's a crazy time. Like, I've done it all, y'all. I remember I went through the CBD stage where I was like, they said CBD is, changing people's minds. And I tried it, right? Still got paranoid on it. Not an ounce of THC in there, but I'd still get paranoid on it, right? I've tried it all. But this diet thing, this is the one thing that, speaking from experience, it works. It works, y'all. It works. Anybody, I get emails, my child, my brother, my family member has this. You seem so, level-headed. Like, diet, y'all. Diet. Yes, I know I'm not perfect. I don't follow it like I want to, like I'm trying to. But I know when I eat clean for 2 days, in just one day, y'all. Eat clean one day, hit some goals, write your goals down, complete them. You feel so good. When you eat bad, it's the complete opposite, right? When I eat bad, it affects me different than how somebody else eats bad, how it affects them, right? Because think about it. A ketogenic diet with 0 carbs is putting people in remission, taking away all the symptoms. So imagine what eating bad, what that does to your mind, right? That's one thing I recommend to anybody. Depressed, eat clean. You don't got to get on a ketogenic diet, but eat clean. Start working out, because when you're depressed, you're like usually low self-esteem, no confidence. You start eating clean, you start feeling good, you start enjoying what you see in the mirror. That does a lot of things to your mind, y'all. That does a lot of things to your mind. That shifts it. You start getting confident. You start going out to talk to that girl, or you start getting noticed by these guys. That does something to the mind. That does something to the confidence, to your soul, right? Change your diet, y'all. Anybody going through depression, anyone feeling lonely, anybody, because with diet comes discipline. With completing, with eating clean, you start getting all the little disciplines done. You start reading. You start not only reading, but you start wanting to. You start wanting to hit your things that you procrastinate with and that need to get done, but you don't. When you eat clean, you start getting those things done. And with that comes movement. And with movement comes a clear mind, y'all. Anybody got any problem, anything, going through anything in life, email me, y'all. Email me. I've been through it all. I've been through divorce. I've been through, the S word, thoughts, never attempts, but thoughts, feeling alone. I've been through it all, y'all. Let me know down below in my email link down below. I'd love to give you some advice, y'all. Almost done, baby. Get away from this stuff.
The closest that we will get at night to North Korea. In the day, one of the other bridges will open up, so we'll be able to step in kind of like halfway. This is kind of the bridge that unites the USA and Canada. So halfway through, the border is basically cut off in the river. But North Korea is literally right there, guys. North Korea is right behind me. It's crazy that there's no lights there. This whole city here on the China side is fully lit up, and the side on the North Korea side has no lights. Even the end of the bridge, the lights stop, and there's all these trucks shipping things from North Korea all the way into China, which is super interesting. We're actually on the border of North Korea right now, which is wild. I really want to go in. Oh, by the way, guys, I am on the.
No, you don't.
This is probably gonna get me in trouble to say. I probably shouldn't be saying this in this vlog, but
He muted it
Leave
out.
it for taboo. Leave it for the taboo subscribers. Taboo subscribers.
My brother died by himself, meaning he died alone. My other brother before him died by himself. In a hotel room. He was eating Burger King 4 times a day. They said his arteries were so clogged, you could barely see the vein lines. That's all he ate. So when I say I come from a dysfunctional family, I come from a very dysfunctional family.
I don't know how the hell Philadelphia became this damn woke, but this right here is the level of disrespect that they have been showing in Philly for, I believe, their greatest monument. Greatest monument. Rocky Stairs, legendary. And yet look at that right there. They had the audacity to roll out that ridiculous ass flag all up and down those stairs. Now, this is ironic to me because the man they call Rocky himself happens to be one of the biggest Trump supporters in all of Hollywood. I mean, I'm talking about the man has shown up for speeches, has given a few of his own, slurring through them, but given the speeches nonetheless. The man has made it clear that he's not with the woke nonsense. So to me, I'm thinking to myself, is this a sign of disrespect? Is this what y'all are doing, Philly? Huh? First, y'all quarterback won't show up to the White House after that championship. Now this? What's going on over there? Philadelphia. What's going on?
At Walmart right now, in the sandwich bags. Gotta see this. Here's this 50 sandwich bags, right? Listen though. It's sealed. But I'm gonna open it up real quick.
20 sandwich
Show you
bags, don't
there's
tell me.
nothing in here.
Oh, it's empty.
Empty.
All right,
What the
family.
hell?
There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Had to get the baby mid-video, y'all. Sorry. I know people get very upset if I'm over here attaining to him every once in a while, making sure the blanket's not over his face. I'm not allowed to do that. I know. I apologize, y'all. Don't unsubscribe. You know, you know, my baby's 4 months. I got to keep an eye on him. He's in here in his little playpen, y'all. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Did a little bit of chit-chatting today, y'all. I was in the mood. I was in the mood to do some chit-chatting, share some of my knowledge. Like I said, anybody going through a hard time with anything, y'all. Anyone just needs someone to talk to, I reply to my emails. Email link is down below, y'all. I enjoy reading these emails. I enjoy when I get them. I enjoy sharing knowledge with anything, with how to get YouTube started, whatever. I enjoy it, y'all. So yeah, that's the plan today. I got some goals I need to hit. This is the #1 goal of the day. No, #2 goal. #1 goal of the day every day is eat clean. #2 goal, upload a video. So we got that done. Eating clean's going good so far. It's still early. So just hit those goals, y'all. I wrote down a little paragraph how I felt this morning. Tonight, I'll write another paragraph how I'm feeling after whatever I did today. That's what I do. I try to do that daily, y'all. But, you know, that's it, y'all. Hope everyone out there has a good Friday. Hope everyone out there has a good weekend. But don't worry. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on the next one. This is Segovia, signing out of the Man Cave. Later.